Hola, mi nombre es Ramón, y en colaboración con EG Justice,
Hello, my name is Ramon, and in collaboration with EG Justice, I would like to clarify the status of the lawsuits against Teodoro Nguema Obiang, also known as Teodorin, in the United States. I'll start by providing some preliminary facts about Teodorin, which will help understand the charges pending against him.
In
1993, in his early 20s, and with no prior experience in the timber industry, Teodorin received nearly 62,000 acres of forest lands without public tendering as required by law. In 1994, Teodorin creates a timber company called Grupo Sofana, and Obiang gives his son another 27,000 acres of forest, effectively leaving 2/3 of the nation's forests in his son's hands. In 1998, Teodorin founded Somagi Forestal. His father appoints him Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and the Environment, in charge of regulating the sector he already controlled 2/3 of. From that moment, Teodorin demanded approximately 10% of all earnings in taxes and illegal fines from all timber companies. Instead of depositing these funds into the national treasury, Teodorin used these funds to purchase a private jet, a mansion, luxury cars, and Michael Jackson memorabilia, all valued at $331 million. These events gave rise to 2 lawsuits by the United States Department of Justice. One in California versus the Crystal Glove, mansion, cars, and other Michael Jackson memorabilia, and the other in Washington, D.C. versus the private jet. On April 29, 2011, the Department of Justice filed a complaint seeking forfeiture of assets, including a mansion in Malibu, a Ferrari, and Michael Jackson memorabilia. The U.S. Department of Justice alleged that Teodorin acquired the goods with funds derived from acts of corruption in violation of the laws of Equatorial Guinea, and that the funds were transferred into the United States in violation of U.S. banking laws. Teodorin's lawyers asserted that the U.S. government lacked sufficient evidence of probable cause in April 2011, when the complaint was first filed. The following year, in June 2012, the U.S. Department of Justice filed an amended complaint alleging corruption with more specificity. The U.S. forfeiture law requires the court to only consider the evidence in the U.S. government's possession as of April 28, 2011, to determine whether probable cause existed for forfeiture. Future evidence of plundering and extortion obtained after the original complaint was filed can only be considered under a new complaint. Consequently, on August 19, 2013, a judge in California, on a motion for summary judgment, partially dismissed the case against Teodorin, explaining that as of the date of its initial filing, the original complaint had sufficient proof of violation of the U.S. banking fraud laws, but not sufficient evidence of violation of the laws of Equatorial Guinea. Thus, the case is ongoing as related to the claims of violation of U.S. banking laws. Regarding the plundering and extortion, violations of the laws of Equatorial Guinea, the U.S. Department of Justice can file a new forfeiture complaint against the mansions, cars, and other assets based on the new evidence acquired after April 2011 from companies like Tromad and others. The case to confiscate Teodorin's private jet? It's moving forward in the D.C. courts.
El guante de Michael Jackson y otros artículos desaparecieron de la mansión de Malibu en violación de la ley de destrucción.
And, by the way, Crystal Glove and other items disappeared from the Malibu mansion in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 2232, destruction or removal of property to prevent seizure. Basically, this is a case about how the natural resources, instead of being used to improve the livelihood of the people of Equatorial Guinea, are being stolen by Teodorin to live lavishly, while his father denigrates you and I and all Equatorial Guineans by calling us mentally impoverished.
Mientras su padre nos llama pobres mentales a todos los guineanos y guineanas.